I thought I would come out here on a nice day and do some burning. And Cassie has been out here all morning hanging out with me. And it's nice to just sit in a field burning stuff, gazing into a fire, and attempt to not think about things in life. And of course, even as I sit here and enjoy the fire, things come into my mind that contaminate the peace that could just come from thinking about nothing. But I have trouble reaching that point of being where I don't have any thoughts about anything except for gazing into a fire. I'm thinking about, concerns and bills to pay. And I just learned the other day that not somebody within my family or immediate friend group, but this person received the bad news that they have been diagnosed with AML, which is a type of leukemia that is very fast acting and essentially a death sentence. There's really not much you can do except take your chemo and hope for the best, which the prognosis is pretty poor. That's probably one of the worst diagnoses that a person can receive. I've seen many people within my own, well, not many people, but one person, two people in my family die of leukemia, one of AML, one of CLL, which is a more chronic type of leukemia. You can actually live a while longer. But is it better to just get the AML and get it over with, or get the CLL? My mother had CLL, my sister had AML, so which one's worse? Well, I guess that's all a matter of perspective. My mother was able to live for many years after getting that diagnosis in 1984, and she finally passed away in 2011 from complications of that particular type of leukemia. My sister was diagnosed in 2017 and died about 2.5 years later in 2020. My mother had to contend with that chronic version of that, of leukemia for so many years, and the constant mental heaviness of having something like that in the back of your mind. It's pretty horrific to see people go through that, and I saw two people in my immediate nuclear family, go through that. I only have one sister, and pretty devastating. So that's the sort of stuff that I think about gazing into a fire. But I mean, it just makes you realize that life is pretty dang temporary, and there's only so much time to figure out whatever it is that you're trying to figure out, if anything at all. I mean, most people really aren't trying to figure out anything except how to exist from one day to the next, and I am like that to a certain extent. I don't get too far into the future at all. I don't even really think about tomorrow. I don't know what tomorrow will even bring. I mean, every day could be drastically different from the previous one, and you're dealing with a whole different set of circumstances than you were, the day before. And And you don't know what that might be. I mean, that's how random and chaotic, actually, that this existence can be like and is. I mean, it's completely designed to be like that, in my estimation and my years of looking at it. You know, I'm approaching 60 years old. I just turned 50 this past summer. So here I am approaching the older realm of age and not knowing. I mean, I don't know how many years I have left. Who knows that? So many people want to have their dreams, goals, and desires, and they're making plans for even a year out or even more than that. I mean, I have family like that. I used to go to these family reunions for a few years until I just stopped because I had really nothing in common with the family members anymore. It just seemed like the same old rituals of talking about the same old things, you know, and on and on. And I just couldn't see the point in it. I mean, there was nobody within that family unit that could have a deep conversation, that couldn't discuss, maybe let's discuss something about, you know, something Jungian, like Carl Jung. Let's discuss, you know, some philosophy or something. None of them can do it. It's just too much. It's just too much for them to contemplate on things like that. They have to focus on, you know, their achievements or their wealth or some material things that they're buying, houses or, you know, just whatever, you know, just getting busy with all of that. And of course, you know, how temporary is that? I mean, it's just like, all it is a distraction anyway, like most everything in life is. And if you're like me and you're interested in becoming, I guess you could, you know, some philosophers use different terms. Jung, you know, use the term individuations. I mean, you can call it whatever the hell you want. It's just transition from one state of being into another, perhaps more of a deep state of consciousness, where you're no longer thinking about superficial things anymore. You're no longer concerned about the BS in this life or achievements, possessions, worried about relationships and acceptance and all of that stuff. All of that will just burn away, just like this in this fire. This wood in this fire will just burn away. And even the Bible speaks of wood, hay, and stubble that would just burn away in the fire anyway. And I'm not a religious person. I do know some things. Hi, Lucy. Lucy. And just to sit in a fire and be out here watching horses walk around in a field and do their thing, and, you know, watch a cat just in a state of being, and I'm almost jealous, because human consciousness kind of ruins it. I mean, you know, and gurus say, oh, you know, get into nature and become absorbed into that, and that's the way, you know. But in reality, nature's has much flaws to it. It's extremely violent. Let's go over here and see Lucy. What a beautiful horse. And she's just taking it in. She wonders what I'm doing. I've been out here burning, and she's just like, what are you doing? horses are interesting. They don't really have feelings like dogs would. They're different kind of animal altogether. They can be trained. They can be, you know, those types of things. But they really don't have like emotions like you would think. They are curious. They're curious beings, aren't you? What are y'all doing? But at the same time, if they so feel like it, they'll turn around and kick the crap out of you. Especially if they're, you know, not trained well or whatever. These horses are pretty domesticated, unlike wild horses. Unlike wild horses, are you a wild horse? You were at one time. Both of them were. And they don't think about nothing. They think about when the next round bell's coming, or when they're going to get their grains, or their hay and their alfalfa. Yeah. What are you doing, Cassie? Well, anyway. See, they're just in a state of being, but they were born like that. They didn't even have to work to achieve it. They're just like that. Unlike the human, that consciousness gets in the way and we can't just think about simple things. Right, Lucy? We can't just think about simple things. I've actually been kicked by this horse, and she is powerful. And I don't make the mistake of misreading her body language at all. Hi, Nikita. Beautiful beings. Yeah, you don't think about much. It sure is a nice day, though, isn't it? Hi, Nikita. Well, I'm going to go back and sit by the fire and try to be in my thoughts. Hi, Nikita. What are you up to? She's being trained to be able to ride, and she's rideable, and they're actually coming along pretty well. Nikita's an extremely smart horse. Well, anyhow, go back over here and sit for a little bit. And what'd you find? See, they don't care about anything. They're just going to go and pounce on an insect. They don't have to worry about bills. They just wonder, when are you going to bring me some cat food? And this is getting burned down enough I can go and get some more and throw on there. I had a friend text me earlier. He was already at the bar. Already at the bar drinking at 9:30 in the morning on a Saturday, and just escaping reality. That's really all it is. It sounds like fun to me. It's just being around people drinking, and it's just not where I'm at most of the time. It's kind of fun every once in a while, maybe to go out and have a few drinks, maybe sing some karaoke, or that type of thing. But then you have to drive home, and I'm Mr. Crowley. Mr. Crowley came up. They just wonder what I'm doing. They're such curious beings. But yeah, it's almost just like this is where I'm at most of the time. I'm by myself, and it's become more and more like that over time. I guess that's just where I have transitioned to. I'm almost like a damn hermit. And while people need the stimulation of crowds and all of that, I don't need it anymore. Just feeling the warmth off of this fire. It's about, 60 degrees out here, maybe a little warmer. It was cooler than that earlier. Now it's warmed up just a tad, but just feeling the warmth off that fire is just like pretty cool, pretty I don't know, peaceful, I guess, you know. So anyway, okay, well, I guess I'll go over here and grab some wood. I have to kind of watch what I'm doing a little bit because you never know what might come crawling out of there. Gotta kind of watch it. I ran across a rattlesnake the other day. It was dead, but nonetheless lets me know that they do exist and they were definitely around. Well, anyway, that's about it. Just doing some burning and some thinking. I'm trying not to think too much. Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that, humans.